Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well on this Monday morning. I'm Anthony LaRubio from Recal, here for yet another edition of Monday Morning Breathwork. I am excited about this breathwork session to share with you all. I've got a couple of cool things that we're going to do. A little warm up before we get going, and then we'll jump into a nice few rounds of 3-part breath as our breathwork practice this morning. So, the way that we start all of our breathwork sessions, of course, are finding a nice quiet place to be able to lie down. We do this breathwork lying down, so I'll give you a moment to go ahead and get settled in. And while you're doing that, just a little rundown of some thoughts this morning. I can't believe how quickly September is rolling through. I don't know if you all feel the same way. It's been a fast month, that's for sure. Pretty soon here, I'm actually heading to Europe to partake in a few different events. First is the Wim Hof Method Instructor Reunion. And then secondly will be the Adventure Travel Trade Association Global Summit. And then third is going to be the Transformational Travel Council's Transcend event in Slovenia. So quite a few exciting things coming up here on the tail end of September and into October. And yes, I'll be representing Recal there, but also don't worry, we'll still be going strong with our Monday morning breathworks, even while I'm in a completely different time zone. So hopefully by now you found a space for you to be able to do this breathwork session. Food for thought for today's theme is around the concept of, again, having one version of yourself. I think, I forget who it is. I just read a book actually, and they talk about being a true master is being able to bring the same version of yourself to every single situation that life brings you. And I think that's what we should prepare to do on our Monday versus our Friday this week versus every other day, is that we're bringing ourselves to every situation and mastering exactly who we are so that we can bring that same version all the time. A few housekeeping items before we get started. We are going to do an activation style breathwork, the 3-part breath, here in this morning's class. So if you are epileptic or if you are pregnant, I do not recommend this style of breathwork. Also, you may feel some tingling in the hands or the feet or some lightheadedness up in the head. Know that these reactions are they're very normal. They are typical reactions. Just know that going into this breathwork, but also know that you're in control. And so if you feel uncomfortable at any point in time, you can control that uncomfortable feeling by just slowing down. That's my recommendation for this. So the plan for this morning's breath. First, we're going to start with something called the Physiological Sigh. We're going to do a few physiological sighs, and I'll explain to you what that is here in a moment. And then we'll do a couple of body scans after the physiological sighs, and then we'll go into a 3-part breath, something that I've used a couple times recently and I really, really enjoy. All right, that is it for an introduction. We'll go ahead and get started here. So I want to kick things off. We are going to do something called the Physiological Sigh. People often ask me, what is a breathwork practice that we can use as a tool in order to use in the moment that we're feeling anxious, the moment that we're feeling stressed? Because obviously a full-on breathwork class sometimes is really, really involved, and you can't just do that at the drop of a hat in any sort of moment. And so what is a breathing pattern that is a great tool that you can use when you're feeling overwhelmed with a stressful or anxious feeling? And that is something called the Physiological Sigh. A man named Jack Feldman from UCLA, as well as a guy named Mark Krasno from Stanford, they repopularized this concept that was initially introduced in the 20s and 30s. And the purpose behind the physiological sigh is it's very effective at offloading a lot of CO2 in a short amount of time. So it's basically a double inhale followed by a long, slow, and controlled exhale. You'll actually see people doing this breathing pattern almost unconsciously. Oftentimes we do it in our sleep without knowing that, but also in our waking hours, you'll be able to tell if somebody's crying or sobbing very heavily. You'll notice they'll actually do a double inhale and then a long, slow exhale. It's almost an involuntary reaction when our CO2 levels are rising in our body, which can also be a common thing when we're feeling overwhelmed or stressed. So again, it basically involves a double inhale and then a long, slow exhale. Think of it as if you are inhaling about 70 or 80% of our total lung capacity on that first inhale, and then finishing it off with the remainder of our capacity, and then a long, slow exhale. And again, this is really effective at offloading a lot of CO2 in a short amount of time. So we'll go ahead and begin doing a few of these sighs. We'll do about 4 of them here in a row just to calm our bodies. You can do this seated or lying down if you're lying down already. And just focus on the breath and relax your body. And we'll breathe the double inhale in through our nose, and then you can exhale through your nose or your mouth, whatever you feel comfortable with. So go ahead and take a big, fairly quick inhale through your nose, and then finish it off with another inhale, and then long, slow exhale. Let's do another. You'll notice it's fairly quick. And one last one. And notice how you feel. Maybe you feel more calm than you did before. This can be something in a moment's notice if you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed. This is a great tool to have in the toolbox for the purpose of relaxing your body and your mind. And now we will go ahead and begin a body scan. I want you to scan your body from your toes and your feet all the way up to your head, scanning the body and noticing how you feel, not looking for anything in particular, just noticing. The type of breath work we're going to do this morning is called 3-part breath, also known as Dirga breath in pranayama. And what it entails is breathing deep into our belly first, and then into our chest, and then exhaling the breath out in a relaxed fashion. So it's 3 very distinct movements. Breathing into our belly, and then into our chest, and then exhaling the breath out. And we'll do 10 to 15 of these breaths in one round, and then we'll hold our breath for just a moment, and then we'll go back into another few rounds of this 3-part breath. So begin by breathing deep into your belly and feeling that expansion. If you'd like, you can put your right hand on your belly and your left hand up on your chest, so you can really feel and almost over-accentuate the breathing here. So breathe deep into your belly, and then into your chest, and then exhale. Breathe deep into your right hand if that's the hand that's on your belly, and then into your chest, and exhale. Again, into the belly, into the chest, and exhale. Into the belly, into the chest, and exhale. Breathe into the belly, into the chest, and exhale. We'll do about 10 more. On your own, pull the air in with intention into your belly, and finish that breath into your chest, and then exhale with relaxation. A few more. All of your mental focus and energy is going into these breaths, as if there's nothing else around you that matters right now in this moment. Into the belly, into the chest, and let it go. One more, into the belly, into the chest, and let it go. And now take a deep breath all the way in, nice and slow, and exhale that breath out. And come into a still hold after you've exhaled softly. And once again, let's scan our body. Scanning your body from your feet all the way up to your head. Noticing what's there. Not searching for anything, just noticing. And now you can go ahead and take a breath in and exhale that breath out, relaxing on the exhale. And we'll jump right into another round of 3-part breath now. Breathe into the belly, into the chest, and let it go. Belly, chest, let it go. Feeling this rhythm, belly, chest, let it go. Belly, chest, let it go. Keep going. Belly, chest, let it go. Feel the expansion in your belly as you inhale strongly and finishing that breath into your chest, full expansion of our lungs. And when you breathe out, just reflexively almost relax that breath out. We'll do 5 more or so here. Into the belly, into the chest, and let it go. Belly, chest, let it go. A couple more. One last one. And let it go. And now take a deep breath in. And hold our breath at the top just for a moment here. Maybe you feel your heartbeat strongly in this hold at the top. Maybe you feel an overwhelming feeling of stress coming on. Know it, identify it, and let it be there. And in 3, 2, 1, let that breath go in an audible sigh. And hold the breath at the bottom, holding after that exhale just for a moment. And let's scan our body from our toes, up our legs, up into our mid-body, into our arms, all the way up into our head. And in 3, 2, 1, take a breath, breathing in softly and exhaling. And we'll begin our last round of Dirga 3-part breath now. Breathe sharply into our belly and into our chest and let it go. Belly, chest, let it go. Belly, chest, let it go. On your own, belly, chest, let it go. Feeling the breath coming in and relaxing the breath going out. Feeling the breath coming in, relaxing the breath going out. Keep going, keep feeling, keep breathing. And just a few more breaths here, deep into the belly, chest, let it go. Belly, chest, let it go. 3 more, belly, chest, let it go. Belly, chest, let it go. Belly, chest, let it go. Last one, belly, chest, let it go. Right into an inhale, inhaling all of the breath you can, filling up, and hold. Noticing that feeling, noticing potentially that stressful, overwhelming heartbeat feeling. And in 3, 2, 1, exhale that breath out and hold it at the bottom. Holding. Once more noticing. Once more scanning from your feet, up your legs, up into your mid-body, through your chest and into your arms, and all the way up into your head now. And let's work our way back down from our head, down into our chest and our arms, down our mid-body and our core, into the hips and the legs, all the way down into our feet. And now let's take a breath in 3, 2, 1, deep breath all the way in. And hold that breath, once more noticing how you feel. And in 3, 2, 1, exhale that breath out. And come into a meditation now. Finding some stillness. Know that whatever is ahead, today, this week, even for the rest of this month, know that you will be able to handle all of these things coming your way. Oftentimes we get out of the present moment because we think about the future, and we doubt whether or not we can handle what's to come at us. But let's have some trust and some belief that we can in fact handle everything that's coming our way. We'll take a moment in silence here for just a couple more minutes. If you have any thoughts that are arising, acknowledge that thought, but let it go. Come back to the space inside your mind, quiet, peaceful space. And as we come to the end of this meditation, start to notice your body once again. Maybe you can do this by wiggling of the hands or the feet. Become more aware of the space around you. At your own pace, you can open your eyes again. Coming back. Thank you all for joining yet another edition of Monday Morning Breathwork. Once again, I'm Anthony LaRubio. I'm so grateful for everybody that joins on a regular basis. I've heard such incredible feedback and so much positivity around this community. If you'd like, feel free to drop a message in the chat window on whatever platform you're watching this. You can also send me a message offering support, love, gratitude, whatever you're feeling this morning. And we are now complete. I hope you have a wonderful Monday and a week ahead. Thanks again for joining. See you next week.